Hi there and welcome. We're going to be looking at section 4.6 today, properties of the natural logarithmic function. What we're going to be doing is using the properties of the natural log that we learned in algebra to take our derivatives. So first let's review these properties and remember that if we have some x and y that are positive numbers and b is any number, property one was when we had the natural log of two numbers multiplied together, that equals the natural log of x plus the natural log of y because we add exponents when we multiply. Likewise, if I have the natural log of 1 over x, that's going to be equal to negative natural log of x because in the denominator, that means we have negative exponents. Property 3 is the natural log of x divided by y, and if we are dividing exponents, remember that we subtract. So our natural log of x minus natural log of y would naturally follow from this. Property 4, if we have the natural log of x raised to some b, that would be equal to b times the natural log of x. So let's look at an example. And this is just purely algebra example. We're going to rewrite 5 natural log of x minus 1/2 natural log of y plus 3 natural log of z as a single logarithm. So what we're going to do is write down our given expression. Then we're going to use property 4. And property 4 told us that we could, I better put it up here, told us that we could take each of these constants and write them as exponents. So that's what we're doing. Then we're going to use property 3. We have this subtraction here, which meant division. So we're going to write that division. Then we'll use property 1. Property 1 said if you have addition of natural logs, that means you can write it as multiplication of those factors. Now, let's just simplify this just a little bit to make it a little bit prettier, and we're done. Beautiful. So let's try to differentiate something. I do not want to take the derivative of this. I mean, it's not that we can't. We have all the tools necessary, but let me tell you, if you use log properties, it will make this so much easier. So first, we're going to use algebra to simplify this. Once we get it simplified, then we'll take the derivative. So we write down our given expression. We're going to rewrite this using property 3, which that was the one with the division. So we write anything that's in the denominator is negative. Then we're going to rewrite using property 1 that had to do with the multiplication. So I have 3 different terms being multiplied here. So I wrote those 3 terms out. Natural log of the square root of x plus the natural log of the quantity x plus 1 squared plus the natural log of x plus 2 quantity squared minus that that was in the denominator, that 4x plus 1. Then we're going to rewrite this using property 4 that deals with my exponents. So I can bring all of those exponents out front. Now, if you go to take the derivative of this, it is going to be super duper sweet. So let's distribute our derivative, meaning we're going to take the derivative of each term. Taking the derivative of each term, remembering that it's just that u prime over u, really sweet with the constants out in front, then simplifying, and then we're done. That was so much easier than dealing with the chain rule and the power rule. We just deal with our log properties, and then we can take our derivatives and simplify. Really sweet. So logarithmic differentiation, you're given a function y equals f of x. Take the natural log of both sides of the equation. Use logarithmic rules to break up the right side of the equation into factors, if it's a big old mess, and then differentiate each factor. Then solve for the desired derivative. It's going to make it so much easier. So if we use logarithmic differentiation to differentiate the following function, we have f of x, and in the numerator we have x minus 2 quantity cubed and x minus 3 quantity to the fourth all over that x plus 4 quantity to the fifth. So let's rewrite our equation. Let's take the natural log of both sides, and then we're going to break apart our right-hand side using our logarithmic properties. We take and put our denominator with that negative sign out front. Our multiplication factors are just addition. Then we're going to bring our exponents out front for our constants. And then we're going to take the derivative. Now the derivative of the left-hand side, we're going to take the derivative of the natural log of f of x. And that's just going to be f prime of x over f of x. And then I take the derivative of each of those natural logs. That will give me 3 over x plus 2 plus 4 over x minus 3 minus 5 over x plus 4. Now I don't really want to know what f prime over f of x is, so I'll just multiply both sides by f of x. Then I'll just plop back in whatever f of x was. Bam, and you are done. This was way easier, comes out in terms of factors, it's really sweet. So if you have any question on how to do that, be sure and email me. And as always, have just a fabulous day. Bye now.